Hey, it's Chuck here back with Milton Daily Homes, and today we've got a list of, I think, 12 homes, and it's Friday. I got to start counting these. I keep going, well, I think it's this. One of the things before we get started, I'd just like to remind people why I do what I do. And what we used to do was we got like 1,000 requests last year for people saying, send me home information. We honestly couldn't even keep up. So our solution, and hopefully I think it's even better, is here's the home information. I'll even interpret it for you, and all you have to do is when you feel comfortable, when it's time for you, and only you'll know when that is, whether it's a month or 6 months or a year away. You got 3 options over to the side. You can come to a class, you can meet me at Starbucks, or you can go on a tour and check out some of the homes in Milton. Not shopping, but a tour, something to get familiar with the kinds of homes and styles in your price range. So that's it. So that's our solution is raise your hand when you want to actually take the next step. Okay, so anyways, let's get right to the list. I'm really excited. There's some cool stuff here. It's been kind of an interesting week. There's been the hot and the cold and everything in between, lots of battles on streets and things like that. So Burroughs is the first one. It's at 318.5. It's a stretch picture, so it's not actually that big. It's a single car garage. It may be 2 parking spaces in the driveway. And this is it's an Emery model is the name for it. So it's like the new Croft side. Nice layout, really good setup in here. The price actually looks really attractive. And one of the reasons why they did that is because they're not actually compensating. So they're listing on MLS, but they're not compensating the buyer's agents out there. Now typically what happens when you work with a buyer's agent, you don't pay them anything because they're compensated usually as standard. Usually it's 2.5% of the sale price that they get paid from, we'll call it from the seller, but it's from the sale price of the home. Now, in this particular case, because they're not offering that amount to the buyer's agent would be in a position where they'd say, you know what, you're going to have to pay me yourself. Okay, so that might be why they've listed the way they did. It seems underlisted. And the last thing is, if you look just around here, the Mattamy homes, most of the other homes like Green Park and Ariston, Heathwood and all the rest, they have direct access from the garage. There's a little pathway that usually gets to the backyard for a lawnmower. Now Mattamy's solution is they said, well, we don't want to use that space up. We'd rather put home there. So now they actually create a right-of-way along the back of the property where you would take your lawnmower through your neighbor's place to get to yours. So that's what that little gate is right there. And it's very interesting. A lot of people, when they find out about that, they go, I don't know about that. Your solution, you can also put a shed in your backyard, and then you avoid that problem altogether. Keep your lawn stuff in the actual shed. Anyhow, that's a little extra something. So this one here looks pretty good, but again, I mean, the agents are probably not going to like the way the compensation's set up on that. So Chapman is the next one. It's at 329. Usually Chapman is fronting onto Derry. Now I'm not sure if this one does or doesn't. I haven't had a chance to check that. Now you get a single car garage, you get some hardwood floors. It's actually pretty big. Usually they're about 1,800 square feet, and this one is priced a little bit less than what they typically sell for. It's a walkout basement, so on that level behind the garage, there's a walkout to the yard, and it's a 100-foot yard, so it's a pretty decent piece of land. Now, a lot of stairs on this one, so that's something to consider if you're looking at it. Now Laurier is the next one at 399.8. Okay, so no super sweet semis in that middle range. We're going right up to the 400. And Laurier, so this would be right close to Bronte there. Double car garage, even though the picture doesn't really make that clear. Inside it doesn't look spectacular, but it looks solid. They've done some upgrading in the kitchen, backsplash, so on. It looks like hardwood on the diagonal here. Maybe replace some carpet. So they've done some work. The basement looks like it's nice and open, and you get a pretty decent piece of land. So it's 30 feet by 123. So when you've got a double car garage on a 30-foot lot, really you've just got that hallway till you get past the garage. Now one of the things about these homes is that the garage sticks out so much, there's not really, you still have a pretty square floor plan. So anyhow, this one here, it looks like there's a kitchen downstairs too. Might be good for an ensuite or a in-law suite. But I like it. I like that price. I think anything double garage under 400 gets a lot of attention. Now 401 Cedar Hedge, when you look at where this one is, Cedar Hedge, by the way, is the old fourth line. Okay, so you've got fourth line right here. You got streets like Baverstock, Trudeau around here, and it's this home right on the edge, right there, So you've got all this farmer's field behind, you've got a little bit of development that's starting to happen right here. But this land, when you actually zoom out and look at this whole plot, you'll notice James Snow goes right here. Now my understanding is the farmer who owns this land has basically said, I'm not selling my land, but there's going to come a time when that farmer is no longer around. Estates, family decisions could change that. I'm guessing it'll probably be homes that are built there. Along this side, they're looking at developing it into an industrial parkway. So something to think about is that you may have some privacy now. Who knows how long it'll last? Maybe 2, 5, 10, 20 years. Have no idea there. So inside the house, it's a Poddington model. It's 1820 square feet. And they've got a finished basement here. Looks really nice. Pot lights. They've done some nice upgrades in here. Pot lights upstairs. Nice colors in the kitchen. They kind of jump around on pictures. I usually like to go through the flow of the house. There's a bit of information there from the outside. There's the family room. Nice sort of vaulted ceiling right here with some extra light coming in. Fireplace. So yeah, this one's really set up well. Archways. I like it. At $419, I think for what it is, it's pretty decent. You know, especially with that finished basement, makes a big difference. Now Trudeau is at $424.9. This one does not have a finished basement. A little bit bigger than the previous. It's just about 1,900 square feet. There's California shutters there that they've done throughout the house. Nice pictures, kind of a greenish tone to these pictures, but very, very nice centering. That's the front living room there, and then you've got the upstairs. You got 3 bedrooms plus a second floor laundry. So this one is set up really well. The pictures look great. It's right near the park, and you know, I think they're in the game with price. I think they're definitely where they need to be. Now Willow is at $429.9. When you look at this one, it's really enticing. You got a 55 by 150 foot lot. You get 3 bedroom plus 1. You get 2 washrooms. So there's the garage right there, on a bit of a downslope. So in the winter, that kind of sucks if it gets icy. You're sort of going down. There's big windows in the basement. It's kind of like a raised bungalow style, and the big thing here is that you've got an in-ground pool and you've got a fully finished basement, about 1,750 square feet. Now the reason why the lot's so big is because it backs onto Derry, okay? So Willow is in that sort of northeast section of Dorset Park, and the back of this home, so when you're swimming, you're going to hear cars go vroom, vroom, just non-stop, trucks going along steels, all the rest of it. There could be tree coverage there. Wait for the pictures on this one. All we have now is the front shot. Now Childs is at $474.9. It's a 4 bedroom 2 washroom finished basement, and you have a pool in this one here too, and same size lot, so that might be a good representation of what the Willow one's going to look like. Inside you got some decent but not spectacular features. Looks like some wallpaper right there, some trim. Most people are going to rip that stuff right out. And you know, the house is kind of cool. It's very 80s style. We look at these ones and say, what kind of upgrading have they done to the home? It's about 25, 30 years old. So we want to make sure the roof, the windows, all the rest are in good operational condition. Okay, so the next one up is McLaughlins at $494.9. And these guys start at like $520. They were way overpriced. I think I said they were $50,000 or $60,000 overpriced. Well, now they're only $30,000 overpriced. You know, it's not a big home. Double car garage, looks nice inside. Presentation is good. The pictures, all the rest of it. It's not big, right? So when you're talking about less than 2,000 square feet on these ones, you're limited by the size and by the upgrades in the home. So this one here on McLaughlin, same kind of thing. It's really it must be 2 friends or something like that. It looks like the same home, and they always tend to follow the same pricing, and they have the same agent. So I don't know. I think they're still kind of out to lunch a bit on that one. Now fourth line here. So now we'll see a home that's a lot bigger for roughly the same price. 4 bedroom, 3 washroom, right on fourth line. It's across, it looks like from some green space, some forested area. It looks like a mirrored backsplash there. But nice finishes here, and much, much bigger. You've got the iron pickets, you've got some pot lights in the master. It looks like there's a little bit of a sitting area and a little desk off to the side, so that's kind of cool. And that's what you'd probably see from the front yard. Okay, so this one basically is, it doesn't list the size of it, but it's definitely well over 2,000 square feet. So in a competition, this one clearly wins over those two McLaughlin ones. Now, Whaley Ways at $499. It's about a 2,500 square foot home. It's a corner model, so you get a nice wraparound porch. Now, if these guys had have chosen different cabinet colors, my contention is this one would have been gone. The last model that wasn't a corner, but the same model, it's called a Wood Lily, sold for $503. Okay, so this one has carpet, all the rest of it. This color hardwood is not a power color. You need sort of that darker walnut. It's more attractive to buyers, especially when the house is vacant there too. So there you go, $499. They're getting closer. Immediate possession on this one, so that's a nice thing too. Laidlaw is at $579.8, and this is the biggest home in that sort of 550 to 600 range. There's a lot of good quality homes there. You get Norris and Gooch and all the rest of it. This one is the biggest one. About 3,000 square feet plus it says an 80% finished basement. That painted white, in my eyes, would look spectacular. Even if the floors, again, were maybe a little less red tone in them. Awesome, awesome stuff. Okay, so this one is a bit of a diamond in the rough in my eyes. And the kitchen, everything, like the yellow doesn't bring out the best in that kitchen. So I find whoever painted this home didn't get the colors right. And I'm not sure if there's grass in the backyard or if they've just done this sort of poured concrete. Hey, if you want a basketball court, maybe this home is the right one for you. So that is our list for today. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you have a great weekend. And we'll catch you back here on Monday for another episode of Milton Daily Homes. Okay? See ya.